How to pay down debt. We all deal with debt at some point in our lives. The main focus is to find a good and reliable way to deal with such an issue and eliminate any sign of debt from our lives. With that in mind, I put together a list of some things you need to take into consideration as much as possible. Here are some tips to get you started. Pay more than the minimal requirement. The reason you want to do this is because you will be getting out of debt faster. And on top of that, it's a lot easier to stay away from any penalties, which is something to keep in mind. Try to use that to your own advantage and you will thank yourself later. Find a side hustle. Getting some money on the side does help a lot. Yes, it's a bit hard to find the right side hustle, but there are tons of them out there. You can freelance a little, deliver food or packages, and so on. All you need is to be creative and come up with some ways to generate an income, then go from there. Lower your expenses. If you are in debt, then you clearly are spending more than you should. Changing your lifestyle and accommodating to your income is what you really want to pursue. There are obvious challenges which can arise, but if you plan accordingly, you can pay down debt while still living a great life. Get a part-time job. Sometimes even getting a part-time job can help. The idea is to try and generate some income the best way that you can. And even if it might not feel like a lot at first, this can bring in great results. It's all a matter of knowing what amount you need, then picking the right job to cover your debt fast. Sell stuff you're not using. When you're in debt, the last thing you want to keep is stuff you barely use. Try to sell all the items that you barely use, and it will help you accrue some income, and that can help more than you might imagine. I think it's a great idea to consider and something you may have overlooked. Ask for a lower interest rate for your credit card. Believe it or not, your bank might be willing to negotiate with you on your credit card interest rate. Try to use that to your own advantage, as this is something that you may have not thought about before. I recommend you try and pay down your debt as quickly as possible. Try to use any possible method you can use to repay your debt quickly. Use these tips and you will find it easier to deal with any type of debt you are dealing with right now.